not according to Sony's own Tom Rothman,
Ugh.
who, for what I hear, is always amusing to watch at some of these things because he does not pull any punches ever.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, if you don't know who Tom Rothman is, he is the guy who famously sewed Deadpool's mouth shut in X-Men Origins.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's for some people they're just a bad fit for whatever they're working on, but he seems to have gotten a second lease of life at Sony.
Yeah, it's a bit like a coach of a sports team. You know, they're not a good fit with one team, but then they go to another team, and then they're great. Yeah,
Right. So it's one of those happy little accidents.
yeah. Boo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He made some mistakes,
Yeah.
but just to give you an idea of how blunt he is, he was at a let's see here, he was at CinemaCon talking with a group of talk about the state of theatrical releases. For the
Mm.
past 3 years, as the punditocracy pissed on your business, we at Sony held fast. We were the only major studio devoted entirely to theatrical, said Rothman, sparking applause. We were sure in the conviction that movies and movie theaters couldn't just survive but triumph.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not holding back there.
Rothman also delivered another message. The other thing pundits say is that movie stars don't matter anymore. I really hope all my competitors believe that shit. True movie stars matter more than ever. They are just more rare than ever. Streamers don't create movie stars, only global hit movies do.
Ooh, wow.
Let's see here. So, so that's that would be. I wonder if they recorded that interview anywhere because I just read about it. But that sounds like that'd be a hoot to watch.
Yeah.
So we kind of talked about how we're seeing some shifts in business. You know, the business model of being a comic book company that wants to sell IP to movie studios
Yeah.
doesn't work if your name isn't Marvel or DC or occasionally Dark Horse.
Hmm.
It, it also just it seems that people are kind of waking up to the reality that hey, maybe making money when people go to a place to watch our thing is the way to go.
Yeah. It's worked for about 100 years.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I've been to more movies in the last year or so than I had for a while. I mean, not just pandemic either.
Yeah.
There was a time when the only movies I actually saw in theaters were Marvel movies, basically, and not even all of them.
Yeah.
But it's fun to go.
Yeah, it is, especially if you've got a really great movie theater, that it gives you a true movie going experience.
Yep. And it's just like, I mean, I don't know about you, but there are certain, some nights a week I have some friends I do like a video call or audio call with, and we watch TV shows and movies together.
Hmm.
It just isn't the same as actually being physically in the same room as someone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something I think a lot of people probably found out in the last, or the last 3 years.
Yeah, and I would just call it a positive thing uh, that we are seeing that come back. Just
Yeah.
it's just kind of sad that how much money was burned with
Yeah.
streaming.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I think a lot of people in these studios genuinely believed that movie theaters were dying and were going to be going away, and it was going, like, Spielberg mentioned this like years ago that,
Oh yeah,
yeah, going to a movie theater was going to be like going to a Broadway play, and we were all in every movie coming out now was going to be like the majority of people were just going to stay at home and watch it on streaming.
Yep. Which it is interesting how I watched quite a few movies that were released to streaming in that time period, like that during that pandemic time period.
Yeah.
And the only one that I would say that really has stuck with me at all is Godzilla versus Kong. And that's just because it's Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only like the one yeah, most of the ones I watched were not good at all. I mean like the Matrix, Matrix 4 and
Oh no, you poor man. Did you watch that?
yes, I watched it. Yeah, on HBO
Oh
Max.
no.
Yeah, it was terrible. And I watched and Black Widow was another one. Yeah, it's just
Oh man. Oh.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
That's the other thing though, is that like when you go to see a movie in the theaters, at least for me, I typically remember them
Yeah, I do too. Yeah,
way more than just streaming something. I think it's because you have a distinct place to attach that memory to.
yeah. And Ninja Joe says, speaking of movies, you finally saw Aliens. Awesome, good movie, but prefer the original. Yeah,
Entirely
uh,
different genres.
yeah, yeah. Glad there were no sequels that were. uh,
Uh,
yeah. Oh, thank you, Changus. Yes, they were.
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, We'll get through this.
Yes.
But but yeah. So I think our lesson here is that it seems like the other studios are also figuring this out. Just that Sony, by dint of not having tried to release a video service when everyone else is rushing into the market, has consistently been able to sit back and profit.
Yeah. And and the other thing too, and they just license their movies out to the other streaming services.
Yep.
So
So it's like, hey, I mean, if you guys want to, if you guys want to give us an extra, chunk of money just to put it on your money-losing streaming service, have at.
yeah. Well, well, even yeah, even Disney's getting Sony movies. I mean, the Sam Raimi trilogy is on Disney Plus.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah. So the that's part of why if you have a movie that's at least that's good or memorable, uh, an initial loss isn't necessarily the biggest thing in the world. It's just a matter of, do you have other places you can sell it for years?
yeah,
Like there are a decent number of Stallone movies from the 80s and 90s that, as far as I'm aware, were turkeys at the theater, but cable made up for that. Cable and home video.
oh yeah. I think Demolition Man was one of those movies.
Yeah, the other one that was Tango and Cash, which I watched a while back,
Yeah, I still have that. I still haven't seen that yet.
and I haven't seen all of Demolition Man, which is strange considering that I'm kind of isn't Sandra Bullock in that one?
Yes.
Yeah, considering I'm kind of a Sandra Bullock shill, that's kind of surprising now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I need to get around to that.
Yeah.
But I think we're winding down here. So,
Yeah.
uh, we titled this episode "Changing Landscape," or what do we actually title it?
I titled it "Shifting Pop Culture Landscape."
Okay, good. I was close.
Yeah.
So it seems I think the lesson here is that you're in the business that you're in.
Hmm.
Don't be a comic book company and go all in on movies. Uh, if you're going to be you know you want to be the licensor, not the licensee, most of the time.
Yeah.
Like with Nintendo, although apparently they put 100 million into this movie too. So
That's not a small amount of money.
no. Um, and if you're in the business of making movies, put them in theaters first, you dingus.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually make some money on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
think that's the first podcast in months that we actually are ending around the hour mark.
yeah, that's hard to believe.